everyone, this is our reception parents information meeting. Normally we would invite parents into school and do this face to face, but with the COVID-19 pandemic we're doing all of our videos online this year. So please watch the following video to find out some up-to-date information all about starting school for your child in September.
And just a reminder, I'm Miss McKitterick and I'm the class teacher, and the days that I'm not teaching, Miss Watson will be in. We can't wait to meet you all. And now it's time to meet the reception team. Here at Lancaster Lane, we are very fortunate to have lots of adults working in reception. I will be your child's class teacher. The days that I'm not in, Miss Watson will take the class. Mrs Ward, Mrs Foden and Annette will also be working in reception. Mr Johnson comes into reception once a week to take the children for PE, and Mrs Watson also comes in once a week to take the children for a music lesson. I would like to remind you of the induction video which can be found on the school website. Since filming this, there have been some slight changes. On the days that the children have PE, they can now come to school in their PE kits. This consists of a school jumper, black joggers or leggings and a white t-shirt. There are also some preferred choices to school uniform. These are black trousers, shorts, skirts or pinafores instead of grey, and a white t-shirt instead of blue. If you've already purchased your uniform, please don't worry, but please consider this next time. We also ask that the children have a school book bag instead of a rucksack.
Class Dojo is something that we really love using at Lancaster Lane, and I love to use this in reception. I think it's amazing. If you do have a sibling in school, you might be familiar with this, but just to show you, I've set up a model class here, and in school this is what our screen looks like for the children. We have this up on the interactive whiteboard so the children can see who's getting points, and they absolutely love to receive them. So if I choose any child there, I can give them a point for things that are set up. We can add our own things, so it might be good sitting, good listening, and if we give them a point there, the children love hearing that noise on the carpet and all give each other a big cheer. It's really lovely to hear. If you do have the app at home, which is free to download, you will also receive a notification that your child has got a point and what they've got it for, which is a really nice way when they get home that you can congratulate them and ask them what they got the point for and what they were doing, which is a really nice link between school and home. From September, we're also going to really make use of this part of Dojo here, which is the stories. So just on the bottom here, the stories tab. And I've just added there something that we've actually been doing with the current reception children. And these are the types of things that we will be putting on for you. So I've just added a picture there to say that we've made a frog habitat this week, and we were actually visited by 2 frogs, which was very exciting. And the children have loved caring for them. We've written letters to the frogs to tell them all about us. So these are things that we're going to put on so that you know all the topics and themes and what we've been up to in class. You can ask the children about it. You can make a comment on it as well. Maybe send pictures of what the children have done at home in relation to this, if they've gone home and told you anything about it. We won't be putting individual things on this class story. It will be general things about what we've done as a whole class so that you can get a feel for what's been going on in the class that week. There is also a messages section, so if I just click down here on the messages tab, we can also send private messages to each other. So that's a really useful tool for if I could send you a message just to say, oh, they forgot their reading book today, can they bring it tomorrow? You might want to send a message just to say that the children have left the jumper at school, can we have a quick look for it? It's really important though that we don't use this messaging system for illnesses or medical reasons. They do need to be reported to the school office instead. Again, if I just go back to the classroom there, you will only ever receive information about your own child. You won't receive any notifications about any other children that may have received points, so it's very secure. and we have set everybody up now, so you will have a letter either received by email or from a sibling in school to tell you a specific code that you can use to link your parent account with your child's account. You can have two parents linked to that as well, which is fantastic, so that you can both receive those things, and that's really helpful for us. If both of you want to message separately, then that's really helpful for that as well. So just to reiterate there, we won't be using Class Dojo as an individual way of sending you pictures of your child. It's a whole class platform that we're going to use to keep you updated on everything that we've been up to in school. And if you've got any questions about that, feel free to contact us at school to ask. In the early years foundation stage, there are 7 areas of learning. 3 of these areas are prime areas and 4 are specific areas. The 3 prime areas are communication and language, physical development, and personal, social and emotional development. And the 4 specific areas are literacy, maths, understanding of the world, and expressive arts and design. Within these 7 areas of learning, there are 17 early learning goals. For communication and language, there are 2 early learning goals: listening, attention and understanding, and speaking. And these early learning goals are ones that we are consistently implementing across the whole day, every day with the children. We are speaking in small groups, one-to-one, whole class, and extending the children's vocabulary. For physical development, there are 2 early learning goals. One focused on the children's gross motor skills, which is large-scale movements, and one focused on fine motor skills, which is children's smaller movements, such as cutting, sticking, using scissors, and leading on to holding a pencil accurately for writing. For personal, social and emotional development, there are 3 early learning goals: building relationships, managing self and self-regulation. 2 of these early learning goals are new this year and are all about the children becoming independent learners and knowing how they learn best, choosing methods that suit themselves independently. These are early learning goals that again are incorporated consistently into the day. Adults are always modelling appropriate behaviour to the children, how they should interact with others, and being very positive when we see that in the children. For literacy, there are 3 early learning goals: comprehension, word reading and writing. Comprehension is their understanding of texts when adults read stories and when they read stories. Word reading comes through their phonics. We will teach the children how to read, and writing, self-explanatory, we will teach the children how to write. For maths, there are a further 2 early learning goals: number and numerical patterns. So the maths early learning goals have changed slightly this year to give children a deeper understanding of number and numerical patterns, and helping them to see links between their learning in maths and have a mastery level of understanding. The children will have a maths lesson every day to help reinforce this. Understanding the world has 3 early learning goals: people, culture and communities, which is what we might naturally think of as RE and geography; the natural world, which links a lot to science; and past and present, which links to history. These 3 things can be taught during continuous provision when the children are playing, or can be direct teaching lessons too. And expressive arts and design has 2 further early learning goals. These are the last early learning goals: creating with materials and being imaginative and expressive. The continuous provision in the classroom allows children to explore different media, to make things with it, and to also experience plenty of role play. When the children come into reception, we will carry out some baseline assessments across all of those 17 early learning goals, and we observe and assess the children all the way through the year. We watch them play, we have team meetings every week to discuss the progress of the children, and we are continually monitoring how they are doing. This year, with the new changes in the early years framework, we won't be reporting this back to parents as regularly as we normally do, using an online platform. Instead, we're going to use Class Dojo that we talked about earlier to update you on what the class are getting up to each week, so that if you want to carry out some further learning at home, you can do. There are 3 parents' evenings across the year, and you are always welcome to come and ask how your child's doing if you'd just like to know what they've been getting up to.
In reception, your child will have a key worker. We have 3 key worker groups. Miss Watson and myself will be taking one group, Mrs Foden and Annette will be taking another, and Mrs Ward will take the third. A key worker is a named member of staff with the responsibilities for a small group of children who help those children to feel safe and cared for. The time they spend in their key worker groups is a vital time to build up bonds and help them feel more secure in their surroundings. The children will have time in their key worker groups to discuss anything they wish. This is a great opportunity for the children to discuss any news they may have from home. Please feel free to send photos and news via the Dojo app. Here is the reception class timetable. Our day is made up of a whole class direct teaching time, one-to-one work, small group work and continuous provision. This involves the children exploring the indoor and outdoor classroom, where there are opportunities for them to work towards their 17 early learning goals. We also have a weekly PE lesson with Mr Johnson and a weekly music lesson with Mrs Watson. And finally, can we remind you of the Parent Code of Conduct? This can be found on our school website. It just outlines the behaviour that we expect from our parents in and around school and the appropriate use of social media in school. Thanks very much for watching our parent information video, and we can't wait to meet you all.
We'll see you all soon.
Bye!